Okay, so this is what the ultrasound looks like. The probe is here, power cord in the back. I would definitely recommend having a cable, something like this, tied to a big furniture for security purposes so it's not stolen. Okay, so let's turn it on. Takes about 30 seconds to boot. Okay, there you go. So first thing you want to do is this button right here. Oops, let's try that again. There you go. You can change the name of the clinic, address, all these information. Everything else is pretty much set to obstetric ultrasound setting. You can change the language if you want, today's date. Exam preset should be already obstetric, so you really don't need to change any of this. So we're gonna exit. Okay, let's exit again. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is, before you scan, put in the patient's information with this button here. One click, and you can enter the patient's name directly here. Name, all the information, gender, date of birth, LMP if you have that, and then you would click on new patient. I'm not going to do that now. Okay, now you're ready to scan. You take the probe and you just start scanning. When you scan, this is the contrast button, and as I move this, it becomes brighter and darker, and you can also change the contrast setting for each level using these buttons, which are pretty standard. So when you're scanning and you have an image, you can freeze using this button here, freeze. So let's go make some measurements. So we go to function right here. You can put some body marks. That's interesting. Let's go back to measurements function and measure. Now, so there are two types of measurements, line and an ellipse, right? So we have the distance and ellipse. So we're going to do distance first. So first point, I don't have a point, but when you have an actual image, you choose the first point. You see this check mark right here? You have to press here. Okay? And then a second. Another check mark. So that's the distance. Now you want to apply that to whatever you're doing, like femur length. Click. And you automatically get gestation age and all that. Okay? So let's clear. Oops, clear. And let's try ellipse. So let's say you have the baby's head is here. First point. Again, check mark. Second point. And then you can change, you can move it to find that point. Check mark. And then you can move this again to change the third location and the check mark. And you apply that to head. Okay. and again you get the gestation age and the head circumference. Now let's say you want to save this image. You click on save, which is this button, save. Okay, so save, and you have to wait a little bit. There we go, the image is here. Now if you want to save to USB, I have a USB in the back. You have to choose, see it's highlighted, choose, and then here, this button. No, actually that's not the button. Let's exit again. All right, from this window you choose, and then you have to click here, and then find, this is a folder, I want to save it in this folder in my USB. Okay, so the image is saved, and when you're all done, you turn it off.